Turn me up. Let's do it. Let's do it. You're rocking out with X360 FM. Your favorite radio station.
Rocking all through the streets.
Keep it on lock. It's X in effect. Full circle.
It's another exclusive, only from Embodiment Underground Radio.
X in effect.
Oh yeah.
Full circle.
This is DJ Shine. You are tuned in to Embodiment Underground Radio. Turn up.
X in effect.
Get it quick, flip, both stick to the basics. Gotta make it home. We run bases, no more cases. Seeing the scheme, make it happen. It's no longer a dream. Make it happen, coming up with the team. We make it happen cause we know what we need. What you came for, tell me what you here for. What you here for? It's gonna be your ride, folk. I hope they don't shoot her. On the front line, host your ride with the Ruger. Devil want us dead in the field or the soul block like that shit with Wall Street. When the shit's from bodies, turn the party out, busting off that 12 get shotted, taking other people property, not naughty. They psychology, rather than not me, subjected to savagery, projected on society. They the God, they lying, be laugh at your depiction. Ride with Black Jesus to the end like I'm Christian. Yeah, dirty ass game, I'm cleaning up. Put your lips together, shut that dumb shit up. We done been through too much, show the world what it was, what it is. Gotta handle our biz, work together, don't hate. Show love and make a way so somebody else can grow what they can do the same for more. Get it quick, flip, both stick to the basics. Gotta make it home. We run bases, no more cases. Seeing the scheme.
I'm out. I'm putting the earphones down. We just need to start that over because I just want to dance and groove. I'm super excited. You know what? I'm stuttering. You know what? I need time out because that was a banger. I don't even know what. You know what? That messed me up. It messed my whole intro because I done went to a whole nother dimension. And not only that, it's hitting hard. That was SU, the Guru, Supreme Understanding. And so that speaks volume. And we actually have that particular artist here in the studio with us today. How are you? And you know, I'm used to calling you Art. What should I call you while we're on this? Should I say SU the Guru? Because that's your brand.
SU the Guru as an artist.
Yes.
Art works, you know what I mean? That's how we go.
Okay, all right. Now, let's talk about your name, SU the Guru. And I typically ask whenever I'm interviewing, how did you come up with that? But now, when I read your bio, Supreme Understanding. Now, anyone that knows any better, we know what that means. That means a whole nother dimension. That means universal. That means on a galactic level. And I can go on and on and on. Am I on to it just a little bit?
You on to it. Well, the origin of it, coming from a place from Durham, North Carolina.
Okay.
I guess the keys and unlock my chains was Supreme Mathematics. And I identified as the child of my crew, being the youngest, 5 brothers actually.
Right.
So being the child, understanding, that was the name I took, and I became a rapper around like 17. That was around the same time, so it just fit, man. I ran with it, but then I had to change my name up. You know, there's a Supreme Understanding, and author, shouts out to that brother.
Okay.
So I had to switch it up a little bit, ran with SU, couldn't run with SU by itself, so I had to get SU the Guru. So my name is actually SU.
SU.
That's my rap name, I would say, but I have to be, if you want to find me, it's SU the Guru, because SU is not Googleable.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you got Syracuse University, all these SUs. So SU the Guru is what I go by, rap name SU. But as an artist, as a writer, which we'll get deeper into, I go by Art.
Okay,
so that's
okay. And my understanding, you began writing, not only did you become a rapper, you began writing before 18. Is that correct?
Yeah,
did I read that correct?
That's correct. That's
okay.
correct. I started writing around 17, inspired by one of my best friends who was actually a rapper. And I was like, bro, if you can do it, I can do it. I got to around my second rap, man, and it was a rap. No pun intended.
Okay.
It was a rap, man. People loved it. People still ask me for my second rap to this day.
Wow.
So that was special. I knew I had something going.
Okay, and you definitely have a lot going, SU. And you know, and when you, that name, Supreme Understanding, you see I'm harping on it, that's a major commitment.
It is.
That's a major commitment not only to the artist as an artist, but a major commitment to what's being put out there for your listeners and your fans, you know, and I don't know if I'm taking it and running a little bit too far with it, but when I hear those two terminologies, Supreme and Understanding, understanding, and when you combine that, it's
beautiful, man.
There you go. You took the words out my mouth.
The alchemy involved in those two words. I know it embodies something real, and I ain't gonna not to harp on myself, man, but I'm a real one. And I'm gonna keep going, been pushing this. This ain't nothing new to me. I know people talking about the want to rap conscious and this and that, but this is what I've been doing since the beginning of it. It's not a ploy. It's not something I'm doing just to get popular.
Oh, wow.
It's like really what I do for the community, man. This is like my effort. And I know it's still not enough. Like, I can say everything on record that I can say, but I know I need to get out there and need to inspire and need to be there for the youth. So it's not just the words and the lyrics y'all hear in this song, even though that's my work for what we need to be doing. I know I need to be doing more, so take this as inspiration and hope this guides y'all. Everybody got a rapper and everybody want to do this, athletics, this and that. You know what I mean? We really need to inspire and do what you're passionate about. So yeah,
exactly.
Man, that's what it's about.
Exactly. And you know, it's funny because that was one of the questions that I was going to address as far as the lyrically conscious sector of it. And I was going, and you just already, before I can even ask that, you've already given an explanation. You know, it's not entertainment. It's who you are. It's your platform. It's what you were created to put out there. What you put out is what you get. And it's plain to see that the world that we're living in, you know, a lot of people are starting to see. I hate to use the word woke because I think it's just so overly used. You know, we trend everything and anything. And sometimes we trend it so much it becomes a term that I just don't even want to hear it, because everyone doesn't really know the meaning behind it and the seriousness. So when you go around saying you're woke, don't just yell it because it's trending. You know what I mean? And so I kind of gathered that from you, Art. SU. I gotta say, I gotta get used to saying SU. You know, I kind of gathered that after listening to, you know, when you say, you know, check out the whole album. I'm like, this is who he is. This is not a ploy for being known or seen, and you know, because we're caught up on that. We live in a society, we live in a 3D world, and everything is three-dimensional. Everything's an illusion. You're really in this thing. You're actually giving the message. You're actually out there, and you're putting the message to the people, to the minds. And we're going to get a little bit deeper into that because that's a whole nother show. So I don't want to divert too much from you regarding the higher level of consciousness. Look, you guys, you're listening. If you just locked in, this is the underground. Anything goes. We got SU in the building. SU, there's so much going on with you. Let's kind of jump a little bit. We talked about the artist starting at a young age. You were inspired by one of your older brothers who happened to be about 7-8 years older than you. Okay, you wrote your first song before 18. Fast forward. Okay, now we are in college, and no, let me go back. You attended performing art school for the first 7 years of school, and then as you became an artist and fast forward, you ended up going to what university was that?
UNC Charlotte. Shouts out to the 49ers.
Okay,
Charlotte.
And what was that major?
So double major, finance and economics.
Double major, SU.
Yes. Yeah, magna cum. Yeah.
Okay, you don't play, do you? Yeah. I can tell you don't play. And now fast forward. Now you know what? Now let me ask you about that. Now what was that double major again? Because you know I got an AD going. AD. What do you call it? ADD. Give me that double major one more time.
Finance and economics.
Okay. Now, as an artist, I think that was a good choice.
Oh yeah.
How did you go from enjoying being an artist, because you didn't just stumble into it and it was a hobby for you? What made you choose that major?
Oh man, so I come from somewhat of a lower income family, and no one knew anything about investments. Of course, we've always heard about Wall Street and the money that can be made on Wall Street. So my aim was Wall Street. Leaving high school, I was thinking that's what I would do, go to school and learn that. Got to school, and then I discovered my passion, a passion for writing. I actually ended up at UNC Charlotte because I didn't want to write the essays to go to UNC Chapel Hill. So, and then I went to UNC Charlotte and became a writer. So I didn't want to write, and discovered the passion for writing when I found that school. So thankful to UNC Charlotte, man, showing me a whole different side of myself, man. I became a leader on campus, and just all types of things that I feel like that campus offered me. I became a writer on that campus, playwright, if you want to be specific.
Right.
Because they didn't have good plays going on at UNC Charlotte. Shouts out to UNC Charlotte, not knocking it what the theater program was at that point. They might be doing something now, but I didn't identify with the productions they were doing, so I started doing local theater in Charlotte, and met a guy, and he was writing this on. I was like, man, I need to take a stab at it, and took a huge stab at it, and it turned out into a beautiful joint. It was called Composition of a Hustler.
Oh, wow.
Shouts out to Pinky Rogers. We actually co-wrote that together, my first joint. Then my second one came around, A Tragedy. I wrote that by myself, and I got an even bigger response. So from that day forth, I became a playwright.
Wow, so it just looks like anything you put your big toe in, it's just gonna just mesh with you. And do you think maybe perhaps because you have a couple of passions here, and one thing I must say as far as your major as far as economics, that's something that is lacking in our community. We definitely are not taught economics, and even from our parents, we just watch them grind and hold down 9-to-5 jobs. We say, oh, they got a good job, and then we mismanage our money. We just don't understand economics, and it's just one of our weaknesses, and I would say due to the structure of our society also. But of course, we can't be a victim of that. We have to be able to think for ourselves and move forward. And I believe that home base, I think it touched down to something as far as that you can do what you choose to do if you put your mind to it. So it's home base. If you want to get specific about that song, I really think it's about like applying yourself and giving the products or what comes from that back to your community. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. It's really just like the influence, just being a positive impact on where you're from. If you're gonna do what you do, then always look to give back. That's why at the end of the song it says live and die for where you're from. I love it.
So that's what that song's about.
Okay, I love that. All right, now you did go for your master's. And now there was a dream school that kind of probably hurt your heart for a moment there. What was that? Because you didn't list the dream school. What was that dream school? Talk to me. Come on, that's you.
It was NYU.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't get, so it was a dual degree, MBA, MFA in film production, and I didn't get into the MBA. So
wow.
Yeah, and the MF, I was actually getting traction. I visited a few times and it was really doing well within Tisch, which is the art school. But Stern's a little bit more strict. Has a different percentage, if you want to say, of certain minorities, if you want to say. So I guess I didn't make the quota.
There you go.
But so I did end up going to Duke University, Fuqua School of Business.
Okay.
And got a master's in management. And yes.
Was that, you said Duke?
Duke.
That was one of Mackenzie's choices. My daughter.
Oh yeah.
Our daughter. I said my daughter. Like you have.
Excellent school.
Yeah. And she's here though.
Okay, that's a good school.
Yeah,
Howard's a good school.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So she wanted to play basketball at some given point in time. Okay. So you still making moves? Okay. So I had to read that bio 2 or 3 times. I said, because you know what? I said, Art, SU gonna come up in here. Because he ain't nothing to sneeze at, right? So I better come with my A game, because he was like, wait a minute, this woman, she asked all the wrong questions. She didn't even read the bio. You never know. Really, I like to research and I like to absorb things, okay?
Hey, but you notice how he kind of like sat back when you said she wants to play basketball. He was like,
Oh yeah,
that's this thing.
She's
I love basketball.
You know, I
Shouts
know
out
Art
to
like
real
that,
King James.
like that balling.
He a baller,
Yeah.
I miss
that
those.
night.
I miss those AU days and traveling, getting on the road.
So we got the mid-range assassin right here, though.
That's his name. That's you. That's his name.
Hey, that's a killer.
Now, Mondo, how you come up with that name?
They killing the mid-range.
Don't sleep on the mid-range,
Come off the
man.
screen.
People sleep. Yeah. People don't even play you right there.
Yeah, it's over.
That's a no-brainer, Maureen.
Everybody's shooting threes and shooting layups.
I know, right?
Take the mid-range.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so we're into the screenplay. What is it? Screenplay. Stage play. Because you write, you produce, and you also act. And I have a nice little, a pretty good little business. We're not partners anymore. We're still kind of business partners. She's also a stage play producer, writer, and all that. I may have to link you guys up. Have like-minded people in your circle. Perfect. She's out there grinding, so I'll make sure I connect you with her as well. You may need her, she may need you. I don't know.
I know we need each other. Ain't no doubt.
Yeah. You got to rub elbows and see which way it take you. All right. Now you also you have a stage play that's coming out.
Oh yes.
See, I'm not reading. Look, see, I put all that in my mind. You see that, SU? My screen is black again. My phone is black. It's all here. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. Yes.
Yeah, so my next stage play is actually entitled The Seven. Like if you know the origin of supreme mathematics, but it's actually about 7 African revolutionaries imparting their knowledge into one particular character. It's actually loosely based around the 5 Deadly Venoms, if you know that old school film. But in this joint, we're actually building the ultimate revolutionary. So yeah, finished writing that earlier this year. Would love to bring that to stage as soon as possible.
Yes.
Of course, I was actually aiming for August 2020, but COVID, you know, threw a wrench in the plans. But we're looking at bringing it actually to an outdoor arena, maybe. Yeah. So doing that out in the public sphere and letting the world see it that way, premiering in the outdoor. So yeah, man. But the 7 is going to be a beautiful joint, like I said, featuring people like Winnie Mandela. We got Ida B. Wells is featured. Don't want to give the whole thing away. Patrice Lumumba. So the 7. Look out for that for sure.
Wow. And you know, I like that because with what's going on, it's really it's forcing some of us to be creative. And I'm sure a lot of people out there didn't really know how creative they can be. You know, so when you say we're thinking about doing something outdoor, we can always navigate around circumstance. It's kind of like, you ever feel like you're in the war zone, you're in the eye of the war zone, but you're still at peace. It's not affecting you. You're still navigating. When you get to that point in life, you're on the right track.
Yeah.
You really, really are. Mondo, did you have a question over there? Did I see you at my peripheral?
Yeah, I have a question. Since you have a passion involving the political as a community activist, as a woke rapper, give me your top 3 woke rappers.
Shouts out to Stickman. I would definitely put Stickman at the top of that. Wow, man, I love that question, Mondo. Tupac Shakur.
Yes.
I knew it wanted to be Tupac.
And I'm gonna put a 3rd one in there. Well, I'm gonna go with Nipsey Hussle.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hey Mondo, you ain't never asked me that question, man.
He didn't ask me. None of us. You didn't ask me that question either. I'm jealous. I'm just kidding.
I'll host an interview for both of y'all.
You don't.
Okay, I'll spit it out right quick.
I'm talking crap.
Chuck D.
Okay.
Scott LaRock.
Oh.
Big Daddy Kane.
All right. Okay.
That's
Shouts out to KRS too. If I had a 4th, I'm gonna go with KRS. My 3-8. Yeah.
Okay. Well, since we naming all these hot artists, we gonna stick to SU, cause you know what? We got some more music coming up.
Queen, you got my heart, I'ma hold it in the meantime. Time can't capture, our love goes beyond. MJB, talking about real love. This is ART, but I'm talking real life. Close my eyes, see your eyes, see the eyes of my wife. My guess is this is infinite, something predestined. That man you need, I already am, and know my essence. Knowing the perfection, the definition of excellence. You haven't seen, I know for sure, ain't nobody gonna stop it. We need this, they need more. I'm the rebel, you the ride.
Locked eyes with a king on the blue light. Fell in love with you on the moonlight. Hand in hand in a throne made of stars. Who knew the universe was ours? Serendipity got nothing on us. Yin to my yang, I'm the moon, you're the sun. What's more divine than this? There's no divine in this. What's more divine than this?
Just as 1 + 2 = 3. Me plus you equals LOVE. My know your wiz, highest form of understanding. You and I together, heal the road another level with it. Nobody can stop us, like I said before. Forever like the sun glow to earth, there's no more. In this world after our bodies are gone, like a Dilla beat. Put the whole world on hold just to hear you speak one word. Unchained thoughts, free as a bird. I know the king's duty, I protect and observe. Never be a lost man and try to clip your wings. You control everything, you reign supreme.
Locked eyes with a king on the blue light. Fell in love with you on the moonlight. Hand in hand in a throne made of stars. Who knew the universe was ours? Serendipity got nothing on us. Yin to my yang, I'm the moon, you're the sun. What's more divine than this? There's no divine in this. What's more divine than this?
More, you know, we got SU hanging out, so more on him, okay? We keep that, you know. It's just, I'm just excited because he's in the building and got so much going on.
What I told you when we drove up though?
What?
I said, oh, you got SU tonight?
I told you I had SU last week.
I said, it's going to be a smooth dude.
Yeah, no, you already talked about SU when you were at the station over with Zaire. Yeah, you're like, oh, you gotta check out this dude. I think you're gonna like him.
Yeah, shout out to Zaire, man.
Yeah, cause he don't give everybody props down. SU. He always suspect with I don't know, like you always. So he liked you from day one.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, it's the energy. But look, I think we covered a lot, but we got a little bit more to go. Let's talk about this album. Now, and forgive me if my memory doesn't always serve me well. Did you do the listening party yet?
It hasn't happened. It's happening Thursday, so y'all tune in.
Thursday.
Ask questions, comments Thursday, IG Live. Go to @Rhymes Designs. That's RHYMESDESIGNS. Spelled how I spelled in the dictionary.
Okay.
@Rhymes Designs. That's our Instagram. Go ahead and find me and go on that IG Live Thursday at 6.
At 6 o'clock. Okay, and so you're gonna do it online. Mm-hmm. That's good. You're being, and for the artists out there, and since we're talking about an online listening party, and this is for the album.
Yeah, the album. Lost Space Age Simpin.
Okay.
Yeah, let me talk about the album a little bit, man.
Yeah, real quick though, what about Celestial?
Ooh, Celestial, that's on the album. It's actually featuring Just Live, the beautiful voice of Just Live. I met her out in Los Angeles. Lived in Los Angeles for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I met a bunch of wonderful artists, man. But this particular artist, actually saw her at the Juice joint. They had crazy talent out there, man. But it's LA, of course. It's a lot of talented people trying to get on. But Just Live, she was 3 songs on Game's last album, Born to Rap. I was blessed to have her in the studio with me and just laid that down, wrote that. She actually was only one other writer on the project. I wrote everything, all the singing you hear on the album. I wrote most of that, actually all of that, except for hers and Najee's. Najee's on Fall, so I wrote everything.
Okay.
But yeah, man. Shouts out to Just Live. But yeah, Lost Space Age Simpin, that dropped. That was 9/11. Dropped that September 11th.
Okay.
Bunch of dope songs on that project. It's actually an ode to my guy 8 Ball. If you know, his project Lost is one of my favorite albums of all time. Then Space Age Pimpin' was his
MJG
style. Shouts out to MJG as well.
Yeah.
8 Ball is just one of my favorite artists, man. Big inspiration to me. So shouts out to him, man. But
they changed the game, man, when they came in. Changed the game.
Yeah, I was a youngin'. I don't remember when they came in necessarily, but I definitely remember the
Lost Space Age Pimpin'. that Space Age Pimpin' changed the game when they came in. Everybody had to say, hold up, wait a minute.
So yeah, shouts out to them, man. Lost Space Age Simpin. So we did most of that was recorded in Los Angeles. Shouts out to my guy Rick Rube, engineered me out there. Did a lot in Atlanta, Dark Child and stuff like that, but that's that guy Rick Rule. But yeah, man, Lost Space Age Simpin is online right now. You can find it on SoundCloud, AudioMac, YouTube. The full albums out. We actually working on Spotify, man. They gave me a little delay, but I did get notice that it should be released very soon on Spotify and Apple Music. But make sure y'all search me, man. SU the Guru album, Lost Space Age Simpin.
Okay, congratulations with that. Yeah, congratulations. I like that. It was something went through my mind, and it was something really. I know what I want to ask you. Because mine is over here wondering. The type of artist that you are, and I always say type. One might say, what is type of artist that he is. You are, I don't want to say lyricist, because a lyricist simply means writing lyrics, but you are conscious on what you do put out there in the universe. And when I tell people, when you speak of conscious lyricism, a lot of times people think, well, it has a few curse words. I say it's not necessarily the curse words, it's the message. Are you giving an aha moment? What are you instilling in our young people's mind? What are you drilling into their minds? What is the message? Are you encouraging people to be victims versus victors, to live in the past and not the future? Or if you just want to tell your life story, if you're a gangbanger and you're telling your story and it's a message behind coming from that lifestyle to where you are now, it doesn't mean that it's not a lyrically conscious type of track because you were once a gangbanger. You're just talking about your journey, your plight in life. And so often people don't understand what that means, and so therefore they either put in the work and truly focus on being lyrically conscious or putting out a good message, or sometimes they kind of give up and just follow the crowd. In other words, for instance, I've heard some artists, some known and not so known, indie artists that may not be known, some mainstream artists that they put certain music out because when they do go with the style that they're putting out something positive or something that's going to go aha or make you have, I'm good. We go over a little bit, we're going over because we got SU in the building. All right? Yeah. So what would you say to those who really have a message, okay, and they're evolving mentally, and they want to give back, they want to pay it forward to our society, but they're afraid to because they may not get the hits, they may not get the likes, and they may not trend. What would you say to those particular artists or anyone that's out there in entertainment, whatever it is? How can you be true to yourself, true to your own truth, without compromising just for popularity and money?
Dope. Well, I'm gonna say it's a lane for everybody, man. If you're nice, you're nice. Like, everybody is not built to be an artist.
Yes.
So if you're putting your time and energy into it and you're not buzzing in your particular lane, it's not meant for you to switch lanes. It's probably you just can't rap, or you're just not that good at that point. You probably need to put way more energy into it than is required. Cause not to boast, but like I said, my second rap was something that people still ask for. So if you know you're good, then you keep going, put all your energy into it. As far as making sure that your message is intact, like, you have to be yourself. If you're not being yourself, and it's going to convey on record, it's going to convey in interviews, people are going to see that ain't you, you know what I mean? So as an artist myself, like, I've always written like this. Like, I started writing like 3 years after I found Knowledge of Self, so it's not like it was something I was still finding myself. I come from an area, Durham, North Carolina. I'm gonna just be blunt. In 2004, we had the second highest murder rate per capita in the United States. So I always say that. And I was able to basically raise up, and still a lot of people that I rock with, man. But your circle gets tighter as you grow, meaning smaller. So yeah, man, Durham is a beautiful place. Not knocking it, because it's beautiful. You know what I mean? Black Wall Street back in the 1960s and 70s. So definitely pay attention to my city. But yeah, so that's really what raised me, getting out of that kind of like murderous mentality and kind of violent mentality that I was groomed in, and raising myself, and kind of that comes in my music. That's my nature, is kind of that violent background. But I found Knowledge of Self and still working on myself, so it comes off in record, and I know it's so important that this message is conveyed correctly. So that's what I do.
Precisely. I like that. Very well said. Very well said. And even speaking about that, there's one more thing we didn't touch down on, because you're a man of many talents. Your dig.
Hey.
Oh, I like that. When you sent the link to me, I like that. It's very well put together. I said, okay, he got this thing put together, and I like how you go over a lot of the legends. I really like how you really give us a great synopsis of the legends out there, because sometimes they often go forgotten. And not, they're the one that paved the way to today where we are. So what's going on with your dig? Okay. How long have you been doing this, and what inspired you to do this? It's a podcast, so
yep.
Yeah, but it's put together very professionally.
So I call Your Dig a visual podcast. It's Your Dig, the hip hop show. It was a 2019 idea, actually conceived by my wife. My wife is gotta shout her out, Markia, creative genius, great ideator. She conceived this 2019. We brought it into fruition when COVID hit. Like, I didn't really have no choice. It was in the house, and it was like, I produced my first one before the world shut down. So it wasn't just because COVID hit. Yeah. So throughout 2020, we've been releasing. The finale is actually coming up next Wednesday. We release on Wednesdays. The finale for season 1. It'll be like episode 16, something like that. But yeah, it's really, we touch on the legends, we touch on current hip hop, also just keeping everybody intact with the history of it, keeping the integrity of hip hop, making sure the younger hip hop heads kind of know where we come from with it. So it's really just connecting and being the bridge between the old school and the new school. Of course, I consider myself somewhat new school, but I'm still in between, so I really do that. But yeah, You Dig, the hip hop show, that's on YouTube. It's coming to podcast form soon, but the visual podcast is on YouTube now. Go look that up. All of the actual episodes are on RND Vlog. That's letter RND Vlog with a V on YouTube. So yeah, go ahead and find that.
Yeah, I've checked it out. Really nice. You checked out a couple of his YouTube channels. I sent it to you. Did you look at it? Don't be stuttering over there.
Just be honest, I hadn't had a chance. But
You hadn't had a chance?
Yeah, I'm going to check it out.
Okay,
soon.
and you got to check it out.
Yeah.
It's very well put together, and he gives an abundance of information.
Oh, yeah. I know it's very interesting. I'm definitely going to check it out. So,
So,
I already know.
If it's okay, can I put that out there and drive people to your site?
Oh, please. We need that. We need that. Like I said, this is for the hip-hop community, man. This is for the urban community, black community. You know what I mean? This is for everybody, so please shut up.
Okay, awesome. Well, look, how many minutes do we have?
We're down to 2 minutes.
See, that's not enough time. I you know what? I hate when people come in here with an amazing bio because I can't get it in an hour.
Yeah, we come back with the next album. Next album will be here in March 2021. So
okay, we gonna see you again now. You're welcome to come through here any freaking time you want to.
Hey,
you're not a stranger anymore.
Hey, y'all are great, man.
Okay.
Let's do this tomorrow.
We can, hey, just let me know, Maureen, where you at? Talk about Horizon real quick, SU.
Man, so that's the lead track off the album Lost Space Age Simpin. Shouts out to my man AP, actually recorded that in Atlanta, so that's one of the later songs. But yeah, man, that's a beautiful song to me. I mean, as you can see, dropping jewels as usual, but that's the origin of me. Talking to Supreme Mathematics, and shouts out a couple of my books that kind of raised me, if you want to say, in that particular song. So that just set the tone for the album, let you know who you're dealing with. Of course, I had to go hard on that. It's not as melodic as the other songs, as you can see on the album. It's kind of a strong hip hop song. But I wanted to set the tone, let folks know I could rap.
And I like the strong hip hop song. I'll let you know.
But yeah, man, make sure y'all support everything we doing for us at Rhymes Designs.
Yes.
That's the brand. You can also go at SU the Guru. I don't really be on that as much as I need to be. But if you want to see everything we're doing, that's at Rhymes Designs on Instagram, Twitter as well. Also, you can follow us and find all our merch at thatrnd.com. Crazy, we actually bring together rhymes and designs, as you can tell with the words. But yeah, so that's what we do. Thatrnd.com, find all the merch.
Okay, and one more time, you have a new project that's coming out in March.
The new project in March, unnamed. But it's actually pretty much done.
Okay,
but,
so stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Yeah, it's beautiful.
All right. Okay, I like that. I'm like, see, he beat me to the punch again on how to close out. See, that's why I know he know what he doing.
Oh, what's up?
He know what he doing. Okay, you guys, coming up is Horizon, followed by This Is America. Look, you guys, you have been listening to the Embodiment Underground Radio. Check us out from Monday through Saturdays from 6 o'clock until 7 o'clock. Prior to the show, for you rock heads, we have Rock X360. We got some really good old school. We got some classic rock. We got some new school rock. And